Hello and welcome to the special edition of Talktime Election Special. My guest today is Mr. Y. Joykumar Singh, the Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur and the National Vice President of the NPP, that is the National People's Party. Mr. Y. Joykumar Singh, welcome to Talktime.
Thank you very much.
Well, you see, you are yourself a candidate. You are contesting the Uripok seat in Imphal West District. My question to you, Mr. Joykumar Singh, the NPP is saying that it will emerge as the largest single party. How are you contesting? Because you are still an ally, technically, of the BJP in the state.
All right, what you say is true. We are in the coalition government, but we have decided that as far as this election is concerned, we'll go our separate ways. We'll not be having any pre-poll alliance. So BJP will fill their candidates, we'll also fill our candidates, and we are fairly confident that this election will be more successful than the other two national party, that is BJP and the Congress.
Where is this confidence coming from? Your national president, Mr. Conrad Sangma, has also said, that we are going to emerge as the largest single party. My question is, where is this confidence coming from?
You see, Wasbir, such confidence can come only after analyzing the political scenario in the state and also the winnability of the candidates being fielded by the various parties. We have, we were a small party in 2017. Since then, we have grown to a great extent in the state of Manipur. And today, we are confident that we are fielding 40 candidates, out of which we are confident that we'll be able to cross 20 easily.
Now that is a very interesting equation. You are saying that you have fielded 40 candidates and you are going to win 20. But the halfway mark in Manipur, Mr. Singh, is 31. Now, who are going to be your potential allies? Because you know yourself that if you do a very good performance, you will be maybe crossing 20, but still you will be short of the halfway mark. So who could be your potential allies? Is it naturally going to be the BJP?
See, I think that is a question too premature to be answered. Number one, things will depend on the results after the election, and it's a question of the permutation and the combination. It's a number game. We are confident that I've said 20. Maybe if we are lucky, we may even cross 25. In that case, we may not need a very big party. In any case, the option is open, and we'll decide it only on the result.
Right. I mean, that is a very interesting way of putting it. If you get 25 seats, you may not be needing a big party. My question to you then will be, Mr. Joykumar Singh, are you open to alliances with parties like the NPF, parties even like the Congress, for instance?
I say we are keeping our options open.
You are keeping all options open.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. But one more thing, Mr. Joykumar Singh, how easy or difficult has it been for you, meaning the NPP and you yourself being the Deputy Chief Minister, to campaign? Because even now, technically, you are the Deputy Chief Minister. Even today, the NPP is an alliance partner of the BJP as far as the state government is concerned. Now, have you been able to openly tell the people objectively about the performance of the government in the last 5 years headed by N. Biren Singh?
Well, there are certain areas where our party has to clarify. Where it is required, we have done that. It's not a question of completely depending on the BJP for this election. They will have their own agenda, their own their own issues. We have our own, and in some cases, these are the same. In some cases, these are not. Where these are not, we have clearly gone to the people expressing our clear views and the concept on those issues.
Now, you see, you are somebody who is known to talk straight. You know, you are a plain speaking, blunt talking political leader. Now, at one point of time, you even quit the cabinet of Biren Singh and you raised some specific points, after which perhaps I assume those points may have been addressed, and that is the reason why you came back and rejoined the Biren Singh cabinet. Now, have you been able to tell to the government during the last 5 years what is to be done, what is not to be done, what is something that disturbs you? Have you been open in your interaction with the government, that is the Chief Minister?
Well, I have been talking to him on certain issues, but the government, particularly with Mr. Biren, he has his own ideas. Otherwise, in my talk with the high senior authority of the BJP, particularly after we could and we went to the Delhi and met the Honorable Union Home Minister, that was the time we have expressed what are our grievances and where the differences are there. Those things are there. We are basically, in 2017, we really did not know much about how the political parties should actually ally. See, like for example, we did not have even a common minimum program. We did not have even for this front even a name. We went practically on those issues because we were just a small party. We did not have much ideas. Practically on those issues, we really sold out. But this time, I know that this time no party is going to get the absolute majority. It has to be a coalition government. But this time we'll be on a much stronger ground because we'll be winning substantial number of seats, and I'm quite confident that will be the largest single party, particularly considering the various candidates who have been fielded in each of the constituencies. And the winnability as far as of right now, out of my 40 candidates, there are very good chance of at least about 33, 34 of them winning. They will be either winning or they will be very close second. So based on that, I'm saying that our party will definitely win 20 plus.
Right. Now, how is the campaign for NPP different this time? You campaigned for, in 2017 and you won 4 seats. Now, in 2022, how has your campaign transformed? What is your campaign style? What are you telling the people generally?
See, in 2017, you know that I had applied for the BJP ticket in that year. I was not given in the last minute. In fact, 4 of us who won on NPP ticket, all of us were, 2 of us were who had sought BJP ticket and did not get it. The other 2 had sought Congress ticket and did not get it. So to an extent, actually, NPP at that time, we did not know much about the party. I mean, what it stands for, what its objectives, etc. Then over this period of this 5 years, we have discussed about what our party will do, what our party will stand for, particularly with Konark, and we are clear. We have said one voice, one notice. That is our motto. On that, we have gone on this issue. Then there are many things. Say, for example, I will say that what is lacking in Manipur, whatever may be the claim, but our party's belief is that there has not been good governance in the state. And because of that, so there are so many welfare schemes, etc., but these do not reach the beneficiaries and the target people, mainly because of lack of good governance. I'm just shortly, I'm saying that
Right.
I'm just saying that good governance is one of the most important thing which we've said that our party, given the mandate, will
Got
be
it.
definitely
Got it.
be focusing
You
on it.
know, Mr. Singh, you are saying
Yeah.
that there has been good governance has not been there in the state of Manipur. Mr. Jairam Ramesh, veteran Congress leader, was on this show a few days ago. Now, he said that if the NPP was so unhappy with the BJP, why is it that the NPP continued with the BJP till the last moment? Why did the NPP continued with the BJP as an alliance partner for full 5 years? How would you respond to that?
See, it is very easy for a party to ask such questions. You know, we are there in the I know that Congress will be unhappy with NPP because their number was 28, four of us. If we had gone to the Congress, they would have formed the government. We went with the BJP, they formed the government. That's besides the point. But you know, in a coalition government, there will be certain areas of disagreement. But then, just on the slightest, when it becomes quite unbearable, we came out and we formed an alliance with the Congress, and we wanted to pull down government. But then that did not work out. I mean, Congress himself was not able to keep their flock together. That is now history. But whatever Jairam said, he has got his opinion. Let him have his opinion. We are a different party. We can't be dictated by the Congress. We have our own reason to continue with the coalition government. We don't want at the last hour, we don't want to bring about the fall of the government, and that would not be the right thing for the people also. We want to complete it near end of it. We wanted to complete the tenure. After that, the election is there, and in the election, we'll go to the people. And the people think that the coalition government was not a very happy, experience. Then let the people give the reply to that. That is the best thing. Let the Congress, instead of trying to take on the NPP, I think let them do their these things job also.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you know, many of your critics, I mean critics of the NPP, they would like to say that, oh, okay, you know, NPP is actually the B team of the BJP, because ultimately now they are fighting alone, separately, but after the elections they are once again going to fall back on the BJP and be happy being a part of the government. So what would you say to your critics? What will be your answer to them?
That is only mere imagination. We by no means we are the B team of BJP. BJP's, what do you say, basic principles and our basic principles are quite different. If there is going to be a B team as far as this election is concerned, I think it would be better to look at JDU, where a number of these candidates who did not get a ticket had gone to the JDU. But definitely, we are thinking of in terms of equality. We are thinking of in terms of, we are saying that we'll lead the government. Give us the decision. And the type of coalition government that is being run in Meghalaya by Konark, will replicate it in Manipur. Konark has done a good job of his administration, his government. And that we can replicate in Manipur. That is what we are telling. In that case, how can we be treated as the B team of BJP? That is sheer imagination.
Right. Now, what are some of the challenges as far as the NPP is concerned? Because your national president as well as your leaders in the state, they have been saying that NPP candidates have been threatened. There was a bomb blast outside the house of one of your important party workers. So, what is going on? Do you think the NPP has been targeted? And if so, if at all, why?
See, we are emerging as the real contender for the next government. And particularly, that is not being liked. So earlier, the fight used to be BJP versus Congress. It's no longer BJP versus Congress. The Grand Old Party has gone down in Manipur very badly. That is my assessment, which may not be true or wrong, which may not be true or true. That is the sort of position. Today, what is being seen that in many of the constituencies, particularly those constituencies where our candidates are being attacked or their workers are being attacked, BJP is feeling threatened. So it is many of the cases there have been attack from the BJP workers. So far, we have not had any problem from the workers of the Congress. So that problem of, if not attack, NPP is likely to walk over. That seems to be the impression, be the main reason why our...
Right.
Yeah.
After you have raised this issue, after you have taken up the matter with the Election Commission and as well as the state authorities, has the situation improved a little?
Not much. We still being facing the problem. But we have gone again to the ECI, others, and at least to intensify patrolling, mainly by the CPMF, not by the state police. Though I had been the head of the state police before I joined the politics. But today, state police is not doing the job they are supposed to do. That is the problem.
Right. Now you see, Mr. Joykumar Singh, you said that you are not happy with the level or with the quality of governance in the last 5 years. Now, what are some of the areas that disturbed you? What are some of the things that could have been done differently? What would you have wanted actually?
No, I would have liked, the good governance can come only if the government works smoothly. Coalition government, if, I'll come back to the example of Meghalaya, where Conrad has been able to take all his partners along. So what I said is, in respect of Manipur, is most of the time there was always attempt to take out, or rather to drop that NPP. That we are always this thing that we are being dropped, so one or two, all of us, this thing, that thing, and those things. Most of the time was spent on this, rather than doing the governance that the government was supposed to do. That is the main issue.
You see, another thing, the BJP has unleashed all its top leadership for the campaign in Manipur. We have seen the NEDA convener and Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma campaign twice. We had seen the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. The Prime Minister is expected to come, and Kiren Rijiju, the Union Minister, was already there, plus several other leaders. So how does the NPP propose to match this, or do you think it is not necessary to match such a star power for campaigning?
See, Wasbir, I'll say this much. Election in Manipur is quite different from election in the North Indian states. The central leaders have been coming in a large number of them. Many of them are coming. But question is, have they been effective in their campaign? I don't think so. See, if we look at 2017, that time also, when there was a wave of the BJP wave in the state, so many central leaders, central ministers came and a campaign, but they got only 21, whereas Congress got 28. This time, I know I've been watching. See, the effect on the populace, on the voters of Manipur will not be that much. People here, they make their own mind. They are not swayed by the speeches of the promises made by the central ministers, etc. As far as campaigning is concerned, for NPP, I think Conrad, myself, and my other leaders of the state and the leaders of the party from Meghalaya, I think we are good enough, and we are probably an equal match for this campaigning or for this election.
You see, one of your colleagues have gone and joined the BJP. Now, do you think in the run-up to the elections in the last couple of months, last couple of weeks, did any other party offered fillers to the 4 MLAs of the NPP to come and join them?
Not exactly. Not exactly. These things. Some of Congress wanted to have sort of understanding. We said we don't want to do that. BJP also had wanted to have this pre-poll alliance. Some felt some fillers and those things. We have requested them that let's fight friendly way, in a friendly way, and see after the election is over. And there have been reports that, not exactly to me, others also, there were some fillers and all this, but 3 of us out of the 4, we have stuck with with our party. We have more faith in our party. The other person, he had the MLA who, and the minister who left the party. We knew that he was going to leave. There are many reasons why that was so. And
that means what you were saying, Mr. Joykumar Singh, is that both the Congress as well as the BJP wanted to have a pre-poll alliance with the NPP.
That was that sort of. Now today they may deny, but it was there. But we have said that we'll stand on our own. We'll fight on our own.
Right.
I said feelers were there.
Feelers were there. So feelers were there. That means, how do you assess this? Why you give feelers to only a party that you consider to be important? So that means, are you saying that the NPP had gained considerable ground in Manipur, and that is why parties like the Congress, or for that matter, the bigger party that is the BJP, wanted to have a pre-poll alliance with you?
I've said, Wasbir, we were small in 2017. Even then, our party was the most crucial party. Whichever way we went, that way the government would have formed. As I said, Congress was 28, we were 4. Had we gone, Congress government would have been there. We went with the BJP. In a way, I would say that it was NPP which enabled BJP to form the government. So that is there. From that position, today we have grown much stronger, and because of that, will be playing the lead role, will be the most important party in the government formation after the election.
Now, I will not ask you too many questions, Mr. Joykumar Singh, but which do you consider as your bigger rival in Manipur this time? Is it the BJP? Is it the Congress?
Obviously, it has to be BJP because it's the biggest party and it's also ruling at the center. Definitely, BJP is the more stronger opponent.
And finally, do you think that it was a mistake on the part of the NPP to have aligned with the BJP in 2017? Do you think if you would have been independent, you would have been able to campaign in a much more bolder manner? Do you think that, or do you think that is not the case?
No, that is not the case. That certainly is not the case. We went with the BJP. I'm not very certain if we had gone at that time with the Congress, whether we would have been in a position that we are today. We are today in this position because we went with the BJP. And we were able to, despite all the problems created for the party and for 4 of us, and we were able to still grow. And today, NPP is a very strong and very liked party in the state.
Absolutely. Mr. Y. Joykumar Singh, the Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur, the National Vice President of the NPP, and the NPP candidate for the 10 Uripok Assembly Constituency in Imphal West District of Manipur. Thank you very much for speaking to me on Northeast Live, and wish you all the best for the coming elections.
Thank you, Wasbir.
Welcome.